Blood dripping, sipping and dipping to the edge of the time. Y'all are cheese at speech, y'all are bitches to speak. Shouting casing to the floor as liars get nothing. Hand flies they indeed die, but show no colors, no dyes. In fact, their deaths will be like chopping rye. Oh, so fly. Their soul gets ripped through the end seats through the speed of God. It can consume itself for something not waste like mornings and empty around and something that's already known. Give me a chance, it's not like how I have more guts, but how much you spew. It's like the glue of it, you have no hue. You're nothing besides a corrupted soul to foot. Why even bother? Now you there in the red and black. How do you like to know that you're an attack at places, as time bends? And skips a few beats and then gaps of the adjacent. Wait for me to line something so fine. I'll grind your ears and give you nothing but more fear. And when they do, I'll shift my weight to you. Staring from the mist, I'll glisten all hatred into one spew and glue your ass. Just beat it again and again. Even after, I'll give you the advantage. Try sticks and stones will definitely break your bones, but then I'll turn it to the mist once again. You there in the white, just like my flying kite. I have to say you have a whole lot of holy might. How about you strike a match? And I'll have to unpark my latch, locking the door. That'll literally make time and space like an elevator going to diagonal of documents entered my shouting casings area with only a smirk. Since BC, such squares taunt circles until the merge. Fallen this forever and marked since the end of the time and started this rhyme. I stay behind the deaths in which shadows case you always. Bullet casings falling down, clattering, and then that smoke trail that starts to make you reeking of that powder that makes you start to sneak. And then the stars that make you laugh. Take a leak through your jeans. Start to snip and snap critical bits and pieces from your history. Lay in pain, pull my chain, and I will bring the pain. You think you already are in pain, when you're ready to bring you something to ease. For stars that consume your whole life's trail, spilled over a gale and shale down to make you look brown. Give you a gown and walk you through the town, in which I will place you down. Ah, did I bring you a frown? Shall I place a giant crown on your face, in which fills with shoelaces, perhaps the free races, in which I will run lots endlessly and to run you down? I'm wired, hardly admired, and reborn through those who shired. Tired to be, flyers being shot around in the cube, whom I will news from the pardus of transporting civilians to the haven up in heaven, up in the clouds, looking so yellow and saying the suns that have fallen, yet bonded the truest of all, God. Crystal clear thoughts on the stained glass, colored green, beings from other dimensions closing in and honing in, cheering the edges of time as they rain down fire and spill the glass. Just the liquor leaving them tick, or maybe the rain of the grain from the shredded clouds portray the frame of the little one, or maybe the fine cut from the shale, perhaps the pail of water being dumped from the shining sea of the full please, and begging down to my knees, to fall on my knees. Feeling so bad for those who can hardly see, like me, but it's better anyways to feel thoughts rather than consume it like a goon. Have it their way and we have ours of time being slayed. Soon at a time we have to grind it and turn it fine. Turn it into shine with a bright future and a dim past. Moon circling the planet leaves us to cram in a shimmer of the planner to be the future, crying it into my heart, and I start to think. Adhesive memory starting to rebound off corners of space until the reflection flows, like liquid through the core of me until all life interceded the seated client, making us look ever so giant. And then the collapse of ancient civilizations without a trace. The dirt they placed, that lays inverting shirt reflecting of all glow and immensities, and if any being willing to open the door that closes behind. And then the locks of the targeting through the floor with four mechanisms clicking in syncopation and skipping ahead through the gaps of empty space. Setting the stripping wire, the shorts breaker, lightning I can see just radically landing seamlessly over the game is being played on each other, fraying of the hair they're left with a little dare, a little glare, and a little bit. With no sharing, just bare. Shh. Each naughty of pronunciation, citation, levitation, gravitational pull, transforming the former into compost for next generation of ravages, plundering asunder of all adhesives on time. Not to be forgotten, the oaths of gods, the roast of gods, and the boasts of frauds. As wads of cash falling from the pocket out of the window, it floats as if nobody wants it, so free. Throwing rocks into the river finesse, making it some noblest feel like the crushing of water tranquility, which opens the viscosity of time, along with its transparency, demerit inheriting, and the prestige of the swift movement. I make another steady movement. Empty faces, reflections from within, bound to be the iller bills. I'll send the chills for those who haven't even seen them green hills. Taking my plea, he whispers loudly and still, yet proudly stands the matter that brings those flaming banners to ashes. Some of the dimming into the sinking lights. Them flutters hitting your fliss and floss like bliss hits your heart. Like crisscross. Bits of tar, drinking at the bar, throwing coin at towards fancy embellishments. Praying for the folding prisms to be interconnected within. Sails being cast, just to see in the past all the pain, all the fame, more importantly the fight. The struggle, debating the flavors and the life savior, blind seeing the inevitable, betrayal so harsh with the accuracy of a marksman. And then neuronic, despotic. Truth is, I can be way too fly. But looking nigh, I see a french fry. Let us give him a sigh, just because. Why bother to mourn as no feelings comparison? That's true, they have soul. But oh so dark within the liar's chair. The guilt so evil to darkness which just void full it's multi-dimensional in all ways. Soul's infinite. Reminds me of that pie I had, but so subpar. Yo, I wear a scarf like Eduardo from an intervention of interventions like Leonardo. And yo, let's find Waldo. But I save my special spot in my hell where everything is free. I start to see something so pretty. Reminds me of that pie, only a fractional part of infinity. Still though only 3 out of 8. So twist 90 degrees in the house, I swear I'm about to melt, but hey. These retards think they're so smart, so clever. When in reality, they don't even know we're in. They couldn't draw a circle in the noggin. But I stay blogging, drinking my eggs with protein. Also cures the developing after disease, all leading to the ice formations. Much like crystals, they want to evolve and be free. But to see people too cruel and tart to release a wave of energy so dense, deceive the people were. To feel something so wrong, strong, they could play galactic beer pong. However, those who rather repulsing pulses, tracing to the roots of all dimension, inside an entity, using a single strive to drain the heart of nemesis, bringing grayness yet not so much dull, prejudice and yet deceitful, against something so simplistic, these acoustic strings being untied and hanging loosely. Chains being tightened on something so passive leaves me think one thing above. However, death ensues all except one man named Dan. He leads his clan further into time, but proceeding to pass the feeding gas, he stays behind, praying his life into freaking Galileo. Desperate situations, leaving miracles stuttering in time, lettering the next syllable, hot shape rifting over the dimming out into lights into souls, lighting bowls of static, yelling sparks. I bet I may leads me to these golden prisms. Flying around space like a bit-mapping square over a spherical enclosure. Shave pulses, shitty forest pulls, knowing everything dull. Riding over myself, I start tender whatever souls really mean to say, rather than follow a strict line. Parting aside the devils, I preside. Wind blowing outside, I type with ferocity of true entity shining in the atmosphere, exciting. I open a folder on my computer, reading only fragments of the contortion palette raised, estimating the origin. It displays static up in the attic. I make it frantic, but at least I can. Gleaming with the stream of sacred river, clever but oh so. You get the shivers from 8 pointless words, then silence. But to flip the nips of the cheese, 9 bits compute in my head, bends to the entity without picture. Steadfast grip on the sword that swings through the night, and but oh so silent aim. Dame of Danes, flames from a grenade, I see it's a trap. Seeing only scrap makes me want to fall over and take a nap. But a statue from the crap I speed leaves leaving me thinking if people can read. Hear sheared, shattered chat, like one day I'll explode into a million pieces, as my bottle fills. Also myself same in the reflection leaves me seeing all but one thing. The ring of the napkin cleans and the crud sputtering from all but one thing in heaven. Heaven can take it all, acclaim all of itself proclaimed. Reaching through the speeches, opening and folding out the dimensions like paper, they sing through the hearts and souls, leaching into the cherish, and the cherry of the pixel, not to mention the cheery. Framing some pictures, slowly making me seem so blurry, while I stay staring, while I stay moving my hand with ease to squeeze the easy access lines, while I stay idling by just to stare down the street, looks so bleak, but here, take a peek. All you see is a foundation leading to a peak, then melting snow, pelting the welts. You guys are literally infinite whether you see inside or not. Attached to a dot, filling the clot of blood. That kinda makes math look obsolete, doesn't it? Looks like the studs of the crud, when in reality it is all bright. Betrayal is often perceived at the point of failure. Jails you're in. Leaves you with no option but besides the fact that you're putting your feet in front of your foe to make yourself look like a doe can't be shot nor can be found, but your nemesis leaves in prejudice, well thought, but you're not even well taught. You think that thou releases from equation makes zeros and ones transition to be the closer of that rap? It seems like it's already been bought. Better not be, or else. Shifting the alphabet with nothing to fret but the grit that he should come up with something that he could have bet. Maybe just a debt he owes his life to the murder, the horror through the mirror of himself, blackness encasing his worst fear of losing. Lifting his self-pity of making it look gritty, he shows himself that he can show his light up dimensions with all but one dip. And the table, falling, pulling it all to the angle so bright. Jaws opening releases his breast so vivid in our soul new areas of clairvoyance. Making the pretension of gods, rods conjuring lightning through kinetics and the sympathetic connections of the force, leaving static beyond airways, replenishing the parish with the inherited gift of electrons. Repulsing ships flying across the sea, the shining sea. Choices of denouement, a monument of rejoicing, of open sentimental options of corruption from the spreading of plays God and the fortified, and with precision. Modifying the rods to the plasmatic sabers like an automatic. Replenishment of the reorganization arithmetic unfolds the truth behind soul progression, and the possession of power to be unwilted and covered with true nature, and your posture weakens as the eyes of Him. Ravished rapids, pouring the underground, showering all those who can bear to watch as it ticks and picks and ricks and flicks all the cells opposing isolation and desolation of essential germs. Soul left owing to follow a strict line leading to by the wicked. Making a turn and sail the ship facing the northern star makes war seem unethical. Especially pacing exceptionally heart racing, I head back, start thinking I'll never see the end of my first tracks. Flying into space, still floating like jelly. Makes heaven seamlessly bright, beam brighter than any. Just one throne, I doubt it, so I cloud it and shout, "Sour diesel, power of a weasel, reflections of your own self-pity, just like Vin Diesel." Drifting over time, I just try another day, which is the other besides say. Revving the engine of leaves, the ultimate of soul just under the nose, ready to pounce on any that dare. With a millionaire, just compare with one blank stare. Sharing only gold, old comet for such an untold haunt empty. Floating freely in the midst of God's combustion, the exhaustion of the energy rays ready to flip, and the grip of the trip of the fools, with the ghoul ready to play pool with the crooked end of the fuse. Only to amuse you and lose you in thought. Just another rotten egg ready to head home, in the midst of the ruse, in the dome of the chrome noggin, rocking with the stocking of the prey, watching as they turn grey, and to pray and hint something else to this day. Music to my ears. I blur the nonsense and contort the interpreter of love. Frickin' love, with the truth so wicked. Makes the enslavement of principalities look like the grave and immensity of realities, as those who propose and those who compose freely. Lies in the hands of ancestors taught through feelings, and orange peelings, stealing all but those who gave, except that one guy who Dave. My interference of coherence depends on my exception of the cave Dolores, Pez being dropped at raves, leaving no options but the crop section of my freestyle, 2.1 dimensions of the picture, leaving the rest to only nothing again zooms into the boom. Leaves it a temporary wound, and a wave of moments comes to the cotton. Hand beaten, eaten faster than that guy Dave, who was in so greedy, then Tahiti, and take a breath of freshness. Crisp potatoes turned out golden brown with the page being left out, nothing but doubt as he reads the book about his son's journey. Lit up by the jackal, tackled by the flip mic of a Nickelback track of Big Macs being munched, as he crunched lines so twisted and with invisible barriers. Opening and close the gutters as I mutter with a slight start at the helicopter gutters starting to putter. Apostrophes, monopoly of them astrology catastrophes. Smart flitter flatter before the matter shaping polar chatter topper might fight through the cheesy splees grinds that time set over my letter. Freezing heat still and flowing the truest of all blues hue through the globs of glue at the vertical paper on cue. For the stew is still brewing as that one dude chews up the lightning spew. Smoke out in the falling copter. Stop midair during the detour against the fillet being fired. White flames consuming all to waste a sentence to stall. Rising in which leaves all fall free. Every single leaf falls free.